All right, so this shouldn't be too different because it's semi what we did in projectiles, okay? But so far we've just been practicing free body diagrams where all of the forces were conveniently on the X and Y axes, which is very nice. But normally that's not how it goes, all right? So oftentimes, right, something will pull at an angle. And just like we did in projectiles, this kind of upward on the right angle force, okay, is composed of part of that force that's upward and part of that force that's sideways. All right. So basically, you're going to do the exact same thing like you did in projectiles. Okay. And you're going to use the sine and the cosine. All right. To figure out what those components are. All right. Normally, we'll call them X and Y. All right. And this is where we're going to have to sort of somewhat let go of some of our other labeling conventions because it just gets too confusing. But this is basically where we're at. Okay. All right. So I'll just go through these. You can probably do these yourself. Okay. You just need to be cautious about where the angle is given, okay? So if that's a 60, right, then if I'm looking at the axes, you know, this way, I'm going to split this into an X component this way and a Y component upwards, okay? So you're adding those vectors head to tail, right? Or you're basically sort of sliding, see that Y vector over to be closing up the triangle, okay? If that's the way you want to do it. All right, so if that's 60, okay, then my fx, since that's the adjacent side, is going to be cosine 60 times the force. Okay, and my fy is going to be sine 60 times the force, right? And if you need to look back kind of at how it starts from here, but I think after projectiles, we're probably cool with that. Okay, all right, the only thing I want you to be cautious of, all right, is look at this picture. Okay, this is a force, and now this angle is given up here, okay? So that's my Fy and that's my Fx, all right? But notice with the way the angle's given, okay, I would draw my triangle sort of like this. That's now, this time I'm kind of thinking about moving that Fx up to here, okay, and that's 33. So when that's the angle that's given, you can either just, you know, switch to the other angle of the triangle, but I just like to do it like this. But now you see the Y is adjacent. So my Fy is going to now be the cosine and my Fx is now going to be the sine. Okay, 33. Oh, 33. Okay, because now see if the angle is here, the X is now the one that's opposite. All right, so just be cautious of that, because depending on the picture, they may give you a different angle than the one you're looking for, okay? So don't assume always that X goes with cosine because it does not, all right? So just be cautious of that.